Hola amigos, today we are going to focus on a repaso del preterito. The preterito might feel like a million light years away because we just finished the imperfect, but that is exactly why we are going to review what you already know. This is going to be quick. Keep up. So we already know that we use the preterite tense to talk about the past. Sound familiar, especially now that you know the imperfect? Oh my God, so confusing, but that's okay. Just accept now that we use it to talk about the past. Here are our AR verb endings. Yo is going to take A, aste, O con acento, amos. That's a terrible amos. Just, you know what an M looks like. Astes and aron. Now, if I'm talking or writing too fast, it's okay. You can just pause it. But we're going to try something new here, and you're going to see some questions in your video as we go. So it'll take a little bit longer anyway. It's okay. Now, is it all coming back to you? Here we have our ER-IR verb endings. E, that's an accent, not a T. Iste, yo, con acento, imos, istes, and ieron. You know this. So let's do a little bit of practice. Take a look at the bottom. Yo and salir. How do we say I and then to leave? In other words, I left, past tense. You got it. Salí. And you know it's I and not E because it's that IR ending. You ate. We take comer, comiste. Super important verb. And then she saw. We take off that ER, we add exactly what you think, VO, although we actually don't need an accent. Don't kill yourself about the accent. It's really not that big of a deal. Do numbers 4, 5, and 6 all on your own. I will check them in when I check in your video. Now, do we have irregulars? You bet we do, and they are so annoying. We are going to talk about our irregulars, or in other words, our weirdo verbs. Let's start our conversation about irregular verbs by taking a look at our car, gar, zar verbs that are at the top of page 4. So, why are they called car, gar, zar? Because that's what the verbs end in. So take a look. All of them are only going to be weird in the yo form. So only if you're talking about yourself. So that means sacar, which you hear me say all the time when I say like saquen sus paquetes, you know that that means to take out, is going to become saque. Exactly how you want to say it. We just need that Q-U spelling change. Practicar, to be say, I practiced. Practi, same sound, K. Next one. Pagar, I paid. The gar verbs become page. The G is going to change to a G-U. Jugar, everyone's favorite. Jugué. And then let's move on to our Z to C verbs. Empezar, to start. And if you don't know that empezar means to start, you probably want to write it down. Becomes, that Z is going to change to a C. Empecé. Cruzar, to cross. I crossed. Again, if you don't know cruzar means cross, to cross, write it down. Crucé. The Z is going to change to a C. Cargarzars, done. Nailed it. If you remember one thing from the preterite, I am willing to bet that you remember ser and ir because the number one thing that we like to talk about is where I went. So yell it out. How do you say I went? Also I was, but I went is much more popular. You say fui. You went, you were. Fuiste. He or she went or was. Fue. We went. That's an I. Fuimos. F-U-I-M-O-S. Sorry, guys. Y'all went, y'all were. Fuistes. They went, they were. Fueron. You know that. Moving on. Last part is going to be hacer, dar, tener. These I'm literally like, I am just being a dictionary and telling you these. Make sure you write down your verbs because you're going to be using these as we go. Hacer, to make or to do. It's weird to say I did or I made. I'm going to say hice. After that, you did or you made. Hiciste. This one's a little bit strange. He did or he made. So, where do we get the Z? I don't know. Spanish loves to do that. We did, we made. Hicimos. Y'all did, y'all made. Hicisteis. They did, they made. Hicieron. Next one, dar, to give. How important, right? Talking about to give. I gave, D. After that, you can predict the rest. They're going to be totally what you think they are. I will check in the rest of your dar tomorrow. Last one, tener, I had. I had, tuve, T-U-V-A. You had, tuviste. He or she had, tuvo. We had, tuvimos. Y'all had, tuvisteis. They had, tuvieron. They're all coming back to you, I know. Okay, last part of today. You are going to look at the practice below. Step 1, figure out which verb to use. Step 2, conjugate it in the preterite. Step 3, translate it to English. And the reason you have to translate it to English is because it's not just important to be able to take off an ending and throw a new ending on, big deal, that's stupid. But you actually need to know that that changes the meaning, and that's what I want to see. If you do not translate those sentences to English, you will not get points for this video, which would be a huge waste of your last 8 minutes, right? Totally. Okay, hasta mañana, chicos.